kill them niggas. Let me tell y'all one thing about me. I'm a 9-2 baby, throw up my E wherever I choose to be. Real. Let me tell y'all one thing about me. I knew that I was born a hustler by the age of 3. Let me tell y'all one thing about G.O.T. We check sacks and we make moves that make us hard to beat. Let me tell y'all one thing about me. I'ma get it regardless, bringing the hardest, something you rarely see. Hell no, I don't know about you, but I make it do what it do. Hell no, I don't know about you, but I make it do what it do. Hell no, I don't know about you, but I make it do what it do. Hell no, I don't know about you, but I make it do what it do. One thing about me,
hey everybody, it's KB and welcome to Easy on the Eyes podcast. Hey, come on in. We got a lot to talk about today. We gonna chop it up about Mr. Ye West. Alright, before we get started, subscribe to the channel. Do a brother a favor there. Like this so I can get into the algorithms. I said algorithms so much. I'm gonna leave that in there. And so you can stay tuned and keep in touch on what we got going on over here. We're a fashion podcast where we cover and interview all of your designers and stylists and models and stuff from all over. So that's what we do, and we have a little bit of fun over here. Chop it up all the time, every Sunday at 5:45 Central Standard Time. And then also on Fridays, we get into a little fantasy football and NFL picks for the week with my man Journey with Jay. So, and then we also pop up for news and stuff throughout the course of the week. So, yeah, man, subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's free right now. You know what I mean? And come chop it up with a brother. And what we got going on. So, like I said, partner, we got the brother Ye West. Now, this morning I woke up and it was all over the news. Adidas dropped Yeezy, Def Jam dropped Yeezy. What else? Gap. Everybody cutting their ties with Ye. But what was funny to me is that from me covering him for the past 2 weeks, Ye been gone, people. He been gone. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the video when he held the whole staff. And he was telling them, if the Adidas staff, and he was telling them that if they don't fix this or whatsoever, I'm paraphrasing it. That he was pretty much out of there. And then his interviews and stuff that he was giving lately, he let you know that he was rattled and he was not happy with what was going on. And I see everybody, they ready to turn their backs on him. People turn their backs on him because of the White Lives Matter shirt. That's the stuff that we were discussing before. But I think people ain't paying attention to what the man is saying. Everybody want to write him off as crazy, right? And what's funny is when you don't, as he gonna say, color in between the lines, when you're not sticking to the plan and going along with what everybody else say, they seem to deem you crazy, just like they did Dave Chappelle. And we all thought he was crazy, like, man, how could he leave $50 million on the table? But come to find out, going through the same thing that Dave went through. So look, I'm gonna let him talk a little bit. This footage is from Miss Lisa Davis when she interviewed him. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna critique this. and see what Mr. Ye has to say about this Adidas thing. Here we go.
Kim Kardashian, relationship with his children, his outbursts on social media, and most recently ending a deal with The Gap and threatening to end his deal with Adidas. We sit down to have a conversation with Ye.
So I'm gonna pause it right there, and the first thing I want everybody to realize is this interview is before Adidas dropped him. This is right after the Gap fiasco and right before Adidas. Okay, here we go.
It was supposed to be a 10-year deal with Adidas and Gap. Why did you want to terminate it?
You know, it's those nuances where people act like they your daddy or something. They purposely didn't open the stores that they were supposed to. How am I born in Atlanta and it's not a store in Atlanta? How am I raised in Chicago and it's not a store in Chicago? That means that I was there for some specific agenda, not for Yeezy Gap to be everything that it could be, or this dream that I had about what the Gap could be.
Now we're gonna pause it right there. So basically, you said they used you for your name. I mean, because when we think about it, I mean, if I get technical about it,
Very affordable.
we wasn't really buying
So you were
Gap.
able to
Gap
kind
was
of
more
accomplish
so
what
for
you
the
needed, it
kids.
seems, with
Us
Gap
as
and Adidas.
our
Perhaps it's a
culture,
breach of
as far as
contract
adults.
contract situation, so now you're going to be able to
Running
still
late or
you
something and
as
it's
a
open and
dad,
you might need somebody
are
to
you
Gap.
getting
Yeah,
now
but
some progress with that and
more than
able to
anything,
spend the
Gap was
time
for
you
the
want with
kids.
your
Gap for the
children?
kids. And Adidas, Run DMC made them hot back in the days. Of course, we had the forums and things like that. I'm pretty much in the stand. But other than that, we wasn't really wearing Adidas like that either. So yeah, it looked like they used you because you was popping at the time and put them on their brand and for them to blow up. Okay, I know what they did, so I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but continue.
But it's time for me to make my own thing. You know, I have respect and love for the Fisher family, and that's their dad's thing. You know, they made something great. It inspired me. Now it's time for me to go and make something great that inspires the next me, if there ever will be. That's we had to level up. We really had to level up and show them who's the new boss in town, that I'm the boss of me. I'm no longer just the man riding the top of the polo horse. I'm not just the mascot in the middle of games, getting the crowd hyped up saying, hey, wear this, do this, but
I'm not just a mascot. That's deep. Continue, yeah.
Gap provided a statement to ABC News saying in part, "We are confident we have been in compliance with the terms of our agreement since the outset, and we will continue to work amicably to unwind it. Above all, we wish Ye well." Ye remains in a legal battle with Adidas to receive ownership of his brand. The next step, he says, is to sell Yeezy directly to consumers, something he argued about with radio host Sway back in 2013.
Why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
So Sway, almost 10 years ago, said, man, why don't you do it on your own? Was he right?
you know what? I will go ahead and say Sway had the answer. I know people are gonna be like, no.
Is that going to be affordable and accessible for people? Because I know some of your sneakers are thousands of dollars.
I mean, if it's up to Meezy, Yeezy, it'd be Freezy. You know, Meezy. But you know, life is free. Life is the event. Life is a gift.
But wait, I want to go back to that because you said if it were up to Meezy, it would be Freezy. But how much is it going to be? Because you know, people
How much is it
want to
gonna
know.
be?
Yeah. First store is going to be in Atlanta, right? People who are going to walk in off the street, can they buy something for $30?
20.
20.
I like multiples of 20. Simplifying things.
20 will get me a t-shirt.
Get you 4 t-shirts.
So it's going to be very accessible.
Very accessible.
So for those that don't know, those a few weeks ago, his whole purpose was to make affordable, good quality clothes for our community. You know, the good quality clothes that we can afford for cheap. Something like how I do making my suits, but that's another story, right? So, and he tells you in these other interviews how they marked everything up. He came in with a game plan. I'll make these sneakers, I'll make these shirts, these clothes, and sell them for this price. It's affordable for my peers. Adidas Gap put a markup on it. They start selling it for the 200, and then the aftermarket places, they 3 and 4 and 5 and 700. Now, you know, that's the tax that they put on top of it. And then turn around and make replicas of his brand and sell it for the $20 that he wanted to eventually. So where y'all think that he getting bullied out of his contract, I actually look like he looked more like Dame Dash to me out there. You understand what I'm saying? It's more so like he done bullied his way out the contracts because he clearly didn't want to be with these guys no more. But okay, continue, yeah. Now, so what I'm gonna do, you can just type in Kanye West's channel. It's the interview with Lisa Davis. Okay, and what I want to do is I want people to start conversation. Leave what you think and how you feel in the comments below, and let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. Again, follow us on each and every Sunday and Friday night. You can follow us here on all streaming platforms right here at Too Easy on the Eyes. Hey, look, you guys have a safe day, a blessed day, and stay dangerous, stay healthy, stay strong.